Around and then you can cross.
These are the sights and sounds that have become commonplace during the mourning period for Queen Elizabeth. I'm Tammie Sutherland in London, standing outside of the heartbeat of the security effort ahead of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth's funeral. It's the Metropolitan Police headquarters in Lambeth. This is where King Charles and Prince William visited to thank emergency services personnel earlier today who will be taking part in the largest policing operation in British history. The royals were greeted by the Mayor of London and police officials at the Special Operations Centre and spoke to just some of the 10,000 officers involved in Operation London Bridge.
There are thousands and thousands of officers drafted in from across the UK.
Nick Aldworth is the UK's former National Counter-Terrorism Coordinator and was in charge of security for the British Parliament and the Queen Mum. He says having police on nearly every corner of central London is a key deterrent.
I'd been standing here for about 5 minutes and I've probably seen a dozen police officers go past. So you have to be able to respond quickly, and that's the approach they've taken.
Dignitaries from around the world are arriving in London this weekend, a city that has seen several deadly terrorist attacks in the past. But Aldworth says it's the public, not heads of state, who are often targeted.
Every Western country has a mobilised society of terrorists who have self-radicalised, largely out of sight of the intelligence services, and are prepared, sadly, to use very unsophisticated weapons, knives, hammers, to attack crowds like the one we're looking at behind.
The key to stopping those lone wolves is the public reporting suspicious activity to police. London City Police say they have specialized teams carrying out searches and have officers specially trained to spot signs that someone may be planning to commit a crime.
We're there to provide security in as gentle and considered a way so that everyone there on that day can have that moment of reflection and mourning that Her Majesty the Queen deserves.
Aldworth says protests against the monarchy are possible during the funeral. He had this to say about how he thinks Queen Elizabeth would have reacted.
She had an incredibly expressive face. And if the Queen liked you and she was pleased with you, she had this really joyous smile. If she thought you were an idiot, she had a frown that had idiot written all over it. I think I know which expression she would be giving to those people, but equally, she was a passionate Democrat. She would be the first to argue about their right to be there.
Cynthia, I can tell you that I spoke with a police inspector from Scotland Yard who told me off camera that the number of officers being used for this event alone is greater than the number used for the funeral of Princess Diana, the London Marathon, and the London Olympics combined.
That's incredible. You know what I've noticed walking the streets of London these past few days is how friendly everyone is. I don't see people losing their tempers, and police are so incredibly friendly.
And what's interesting, a lot of officers are actually new to the city themselves because they're coming from all over the UK, so they know that they're here to just provide guidance and keep everyone calm.
That's just amazing.